In 2019, NCRT introduced a new mobile app called PRASHAST. PRASHAST full form is Pre-Assessment Holistic Screening Tool. It is a disability screening checklist for school. The main aim is to enhance the education system inclusively by identifying the children with special needs. PRASHAST is designed for use by the regular teacher as they spend maximum time with the student in the form of the classroom, playground, co-curricular activities like music, art, and craft. Any child not developing typically as per the norm is easily identified by the teacher and referred for further diagnosis.
The process is divided into two parts, part 1 and part 2, for a preliminary screening of the students in school to facilitate further referral to the assessment campus for disability certification. Process part 1 is for the use of regular teachers for level first screening. It contains objective type items that need to be tick marks, and the resulting data of all the students is to be handled over the school head. Process part 2 is for the use of special educators, counselor, school head for the second level of screening, and tentative listing of disabilities in according with the 21 categories of disabilities conditions recognized by the RPWD Act 2016. The results of the second level of screening is to be facilitate further identification and the certification of disabilities.
PRASHAST is prepared in a manner that is user-friendly, written in simple and clear language, assimilates and presents the behavioral manifestation of the 21 disabilities mentioned in the RPWD Act 2016. This does not necessarily mean that they have a disability with the help of PRASHAST. Teachers have safeguarded against jumping to inaccurate and unscientific conclusion. Usage of PRASHAST is designed to facilitate clarity about the child's condition. If some children in the class seems to display lack of interest, low attention, appear distracted, not participating in learning activities like other children, and seems to be sleepy and fatigued, there can all be due to either environment or disability condition.
The process of development of process started with a survey in the month of June 2019. 34 states and UT out of 36 responded. The purpose of the survey was to become familiar with the procedure adapted by states and UT for screening and identification school students with disabilities. The survey revealed only 8 states, namely Sikkim, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Assam, Chhattisgarh, Pondicherry, Delhi, and UP have initiated the development of checklists for identification of disabilities, but not covering all the 21 disabilities as mentioned in RPWD. The item of process were finalized in a 3-day workshop with experts across the country and then tested in the field. A few items were modified and deleted based on the field experience and feedback obtained from teachers, special educators, and disability experts. The process comprised of 63 items pertaining to 21 disabilities.
In November 2021, national and international experts were contacted with a request to vet the PRASHAST. The consolidation observation of these experts are production of a checklist that is accessible to both specialist and non-specialist teachers in an important initiative undertaken by NCERT. The PRASHAST serve as preliminary screening tool and not to be used for formal diagnosis. The division of the PRASHAST into two sections intended for use by specialist teachers, one for those with possibly less experience and expertise, is an interesting and sensible approach. The purpose of the PRASHAST is carefully articulated and provides an opportunity to begin a process of identification of support that leads to further professional intervention.
Guidelines to use PRASHAST Part 1. First, school heads to ensure that the general teacher is properly oriented by special educator, resource teacher, counselor in the use of PRASHAST for initial screening of students. Second, each regular teacher is to be provided one copy of Part 1 of PRASHAST per student. The school head should collect all the PRASHAST Part 1 filled by regular teacher. Third, the school head is to refer all the field PRASHAST Part 1 to special educator, resource teacher or counselor. In fourth, information related to the screened students is confidential and is to be shared with concerned parents, guardian, or an authorized personnel only.
Guidelines to use Precious Part 2. First, Precious Part 2 contains checklist of 21 disabilities as per the classification in RPWD Act 2016. Next, Precious Part 2 is for use by special educators or expert identified by the principal. Next, use Precious Part 2 to validate the screening of the students already screened by regular teachers using Precious Part 1. Next is the special educator or counselor is required to check the items picked by regular teacher in Precious Part 1. Special educator or counselor fill the Precious Part 2 by considering the disability categories is decoded in Precious Part 1 and after observing the child for a considerable time period of minimum 15 days in different situations. Next is school-wise data sheet along with the field checklist for all 21 disabilities provided in Precious Part 2 to be submitted as one single booklet preschool.
Steps of decoding. First step, kindly write name and details of students screened under the table titled Suspected Disabilities based on Precious Part 1 and Part 2. Then assign serial number to every student. After that, mention suspected disability in table 2. Then fill specific disability conditions as per serial number. After that, observe the child to arrive at maximum possible disability condition. After filling part 2, obtain parents' consent. Fill class-wise and school-wise data tables. Finally, submit the data to school head to share with concerned authorities. The record should be maintained in school.